So my other recollection of Joanne is, again, early on in the project, one of the things that Joanne was never quite sure about in the trim project was computers. You know, she had not come up with them, and they were just getting big, and she really didn't have a good handle on them. And so the trim project had a data system, and that was obviously just computers, and she was never very comfortable with it. And the head of the data system was a very capable guy, but he marched to his own drummer. And the project was very uncomfortable with that because he didn't give enough progress reports, or not of the right kind. And so eventually the project sort of forced him out and put somebody else in there. And this new person was quite the disaster. And I know this because all the people working on the project were actually in my happy hour gang. And so every Friday night we go out drinking, and these guys would tell me that they were this close to quitting. All of them. And so on Monday morning I marched into Joanne's office, and I probably wasn't more than 32 years old at the time, and said we had a major problem. The head of the data system was ruining the whole thing. We had to get rid of him. And she, on the word of a 32-year-old, marched into the project and said we had to get rid of the data system person. And hired somebody else. She actually did that. And we hired somebody else, and that turned out to be sort of a beautiful marriage. Things got fixed immediately. And so after that, I was sort of known as the kid that could do no wrong. Even though I had nothing to do with the whole thing except going to happy hour with my drinking buddies. But after that, the data system worked out really, really well. Saved a ton of money. And so after that, she started really listening to me, and I went from deputy project scientist for data systems to the deputy project scientist overall. And it was even at that time that she said that when she planned to retire the minute the TRIM satellite was launched. So, which she did. The TRIM satellite was launched in November of 1987, and the day it launched, she sort of let me take over the thing. And never drove from the back seat after that, which is always a good. She always gave advice, but never told me what to do. And that you're always very, very grateful when the people that you're replacing continue to give you advice, but in the positive sense, not in the you should have done this or I would have done that. And she never ever did that. And I'm sort of really grateful for that as well.